Welcome back to Sports and Our Media. It's me, your host, Mercy. And today we are discussing FIFA Club World Cup semi-final game between Real Madrid and PSG. Now, we are about to have a review of yesterday's game. And before I progress, I'd like to get your comment on how the game went and what your predictions were even before the game started. Now, Real Madrid has failed, to secure a win in the final spot of the FIFA Club World Cup. And it means that automatically PSG has won their place and will face Chelsea in the final game on Sunday. Now, expectations are high for that particular game, but today we are discussing PSG, Real Madrid, what went wrong and what could have been better. So PSG, in about 30 minutes of playing, scored 3 goals in the first half and were in a far comfortable lead of this particular game. And it was a very shocking match, looking at the fact that Real Madrid had brought all their quality players on the field. For the first time since this tournament, Xabi Alonso of Real Madrid was starting Mbappe. And unlike other, at their previous games, Mbappe used to come in the second half or sometimes wasn't even present. But this time around, he started Mbappe and hopes were high, especially for the Los Blancos. And they were looking to at least secure a win or put in some very beautiful goals. But unfortunately, PSG took charge of the game from the very onset of the game. And a few minutes of the game, you could see the possession. It was right in the hands of the PSG players. They kept pressing, they kept moving forward. And even though, Courtois was very cautious, even though he was very talented in the game, he could not withstand the pressure that the PSG guys mounted. And you could see, by the first goal from Fabian Ruiz, he puts the goal. It was an unexpected goal. I think it was a clinical error by one of the defenders from Real Madrid, and that goal was secured. And in less than 10 minutes, PSG had taken a 2-goal lead with another goal from Ousmane Dembele. Now, this goal from Ousmane Dembele means that he is still one of the top most, players in talks for the Ballon d'Or. And he scored about 35 goals for this season alone, and with 14 or 13 assists so far. He is one of the top scorers. He's one of the top players in talks for Ballon d'Or. And that leads me to ask, the remaining players, do they think they can also they can also put up a good enough performance to catch up? Or should we just wait for preseason and see what everybody else has in stock? But for now, Ousmane Dembele has cemented his spot as one of the favorites for the Ballon d'Or, following his performances in the Coupe de France, the UEFA Champions League, and this present FIFA Club World Cup. He has another opportunity to play in the next game for, the final game, and I'm looking forward to see his performance on that particular night. Now, back to PSG and what they did right for this particular game. I think Luis Enrique has made a statement so far, and there was this conversation around Mbappe's, Mbappe's supposed absence from the team and what it would, the effect it would have on the PSG team. But Luis Enrique has been strong and he has said that the team can do better even without Mbappe's presence. That leads me to ask how Mbappe might feel. Now, it's different when you are watching your former team play with other teams and then, they beat other teams on several occasions and they even proceed to take the cup that you were supposed to win with them. It's different when you are watching from the sidelines. Now, it's also different when you are playing with this particular team and you get a first-hand taste of what, quality they possess. I sincerely want to know what Mbappe is feeling right now, coming up against his former team, the team that he left in the most embarrassing way, going to the team of his dreams, playing with the team of your dreams and not winning any, good trophies this whole season. But let's not even forget the fact that Mbappe is a top scorer, for Madrid with 44 goals so far, and he's leading the charge. People may also tend to say that, well, Mbappe has had a good season, but overall, I think it's fair to say that Real Madrid in general has not had the best seasons. I mean, we know 15-time Champions League winners, La Liga champions, and this season it has been quite shambolic. Now, looking at the fact that they have a new coach, Xabi Alonso, who is also trying his hands on new formations, trying his hands on new lineups. Basically, you can see the fact that he played Carvajal, later in the game. There were talks that no, Carvajal should have started earlier and Mbappe shouldn't have even started. Maybe Gonzalo Garcia was supposed to have not been featured in yesterday's match. There's been a lot of talks on what could have been done for the particular Real Madrid lineup that played against PSG yesterday. And there's not been much conversation from, on people talking about PSG, because so far they've shown so much grit, they've shown so much finesse in their matches so far. And they are not backing down, in their lead to be the most decorated football club in recent times. If they are able to secure this FIFA Club World Cup, it means that they would collect 7 caps in one season, and that's unlocking another level of mastery. And I think a lot of people would want to be in their shoes right now. And I know there's a lot of joy in the PSG camp, and I know they are also not giving up and looking forward to putting up another spectacular performance for the final games. But Real Madrid, on the other hand, have been dropped from the FIFA Club World Cup because they failed to register a win against PSG in yesterday's semi-finals game. Now, I want to hear from you, my audience, my fans. What do you think about yesterday's game? Do you think that there was something Xabi Alonso could have done or should have done better? Do you think that Luis Enrique, keeping his formation, not changing a thing in the team, just playing his best man at the best time, do you think there's something he can do to, change the hands of the game? Winning 4-0 against Real Madrid, very big club, and I'm sure they still have more in stock for us. But do you think that there's something more they can add to their current form? Is there something they can do better? What are your general comments about yesterday's game? I want to hear from you. Drop your comments in the comment section below. And as always, it's been me, Mercy. Catch you some other time.